Hello and welcome back to another BattleTech episode. Well, not another one because this is a new career mode. So, unfortunately, BattleTech, in its infinite wisdom, deposited me on a two-skull planet, and we know that in BTA Advanced, or BattleTech Advanced BTA, that the skull ratings are insane at the start. You end up taking like a one skull mission to assassinate an officer and end up fighting like 15 enemies. So I'm wasting the first 12 days of the career mode to travel to a half skull planet in the hopes that we can do things there. So I'm going to be role playing as Markham's Marauders this time around. I don't know why it says Mason's Marauders. It should be Markham's Marauders. Anyways, this is the company that actually you take over in the story mode, and we got a crate that fell off a truck that has a 40-ton Icarus mech, which is pretty cool.
That
actually.
mech is ready to fight, Commander.
So I am down for that. That will replace the Hornet as our backup mech, which is good. Normally I put it in, but I do want the Locust Scout mech. It might replace the Panther. Our starting mechs are going to be a Kintaro, a Trebuchet, a Panther, a Hornet, and a Locust. We'll hit the subscription. And we're heading to a planet that is independent. Also, new chair. Trying to make it be visible there. Yeah, you get the point. And when we're on the loading screen, I will describe the chair. And thank you to everyone who pitched in to get it, because this was a gift from a couple of viewers and a couple of racing partners and friends and
waypoint reached, Commander.
And things such as that. So that's very cool, very nice. And what do we got? So we better have some. There we are. Noisy neighbors. Okay. There we go. That's a nice starting point. Okay, let's have a look at this Icarus. So here's the Icarus. Pretty cool looking, I must say. I like that. It's a cool looking mech. I was going to say, it looks like 2 energy hardpoints up top. That is 2 medium laser. You got an AC-10 in the arm, I'm assuming, along with a small laser. 1 ton of AC-10 ammo. Not bad. But I think I like the Panther more. The PPC and the SRM4, the sort of snipey mech. I think that's the one. It's also got jump jets, and oh no, the Icarus is jump equipped. Might rotate the two. It was very interesting. What's the armor like? 600 versus 520. Same mobility. More durability. Better close range. You know what? The Icarus is in. Congratulations, my friend. You're in the starting lineup. Okay. Let's get into this. That is not what I meant to click. We do not have the money to go to the store. I would like to go to the store, but we don't have the money for it. All right, battle. Full payment. Here we go. Kintaro, Trebuchet, Icarus, and Locust. And it lands to the Galleon. I will be driving the Galleon because I'm the only one that has the ability to do so. Frankly, Behemoth will be the Kintaro. She'll be the Anvil. Glitch in the Icarus. Decker in the Locust. And Medusa, just because you're kind of the leftover, you're going to be going into the fine art of Trebuchet. The fine art of long-range missile dependence. So, the new chair. New chair is an upgraded version of the old chair. The old chair was a 2020 Titan XL chair from Secret Labs, Canadian company. Very good. Recommend. In terms of improvements, the lumbar support now is 4-directional as opposed to 2-directional, which is cool. It allows more customizability. Supposedly the materials last longer, less likely to be damaged, and everything is magnetized basically. Like the pillow, giant magnet. the armrests, giant magnets. And, well, those who have been paying attention to the YouTube or the stream lately know that the armrest of the old chair on the left side, which is this side, was gross. So that's a major improvement. It does ride a little bit higher than the other one did. Like this is the fully down position, and it is a little bit further off the ground than the other one was. So that will take a little bit of getting used to, but I think before long it will be fine. Initiated. And the lumbar support's not quite in the right spot. So you may hear me complain about the lumbar
Time to get dirty.
Once or twice. What do we got here? Enemy is over there. You're up on a hill. I think we more or less have to go down this way.
Copy
Probably the Galleon tank probably can't go any other way.
Position confirmed.
Which is why I don't really want myself to be in the
Moving
tank long term, because the tank is... So the deal is that the main character, the you,
Move order received.
can't die.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Like you're
Copy
not
that.
subject to lethality as somebody is.
Acknowledge.
You're not subject to lethality, so you kind of want to always be in a position where, like, if someone's getting shot, it is potentially going to be you. And sometimes the vehicles, they
Position confirmed.
get deployed in a place like up on a rock or something that they
Moving out.
can't actually get out of.
Aye, aye.
And that's kind of a bit of a problem.
Move order received.
Also, Galleon's just not super impressive vehicle. Vehicles have such a low chance to hit in this game for some reason.
Coordinates received.
Still way over there. Jesus. So I kind of want to set up a fire alarm kind of along here. And then the scouting element will go down in there. That is, at the moment, my plan. The Icarus is quite slow, so...
Moving to position.
We may want to, at some point,
Locking in coordinates.
invest in a larger engine for our Fortnite Hunter. Maybe.
I copy.
Roger.
He's really slow. He's legitimately quite slow. So let's put this-
Roger.
There we go. Have view. Okay. Let's take the Galleon up nice and high. That is an ugly looking tank.
Commander.
Reserve. I don't want to go for it yet. Spider. Okay, very doable with.
Standing by.
Can I get a shot at?
Copy that.
Not a great one, but
Target
hey,
acquired.
don't have to worry about heat, don't have to worry about ammo, might as well. Still gonna reserve, because the Icarus is still a little too far behind.
What can I do for you?
You can sprint like a madman. Might actually have to go back to the Panther. This is a lot slower than I was expecting.
Holding for the right opportunity.
What else is here? Well, we got some indirect fire coming in. Probably maybe a... Well, it could be any number of mechs is kind of the...
Ready for orders.
Call it problem, if you will. I'm a little concerned about the missile supply on the Treb, but... We ain't gonna get a better chance to hit,
Good to
so
go.
let's do that.
Got it. No shooting. Just running.
Well, there will be shooting, because we can sprint and shoot. Let's throw some
Copy
LRM5s. Got one hit. Technically better than we should have expected. And that just leaves
Good to go.
Decker.
Got it.
Oh, there we go. I didn't notice we had someone big up there. Big old hunchback.
Engaging with target.
Hopefully it's already moved because
Negative
we
damage.
do have a locust in a bad spot. He did.
Receiving you.
So, what I
Coordinates
want to do is
received.
get out of the line of sight of the
Firing on
hunchback
target.
with our scout. Granted, this
Reporting.
does lose
Negative
us
damage.
vision on it, but hunchbacks hit really hard. They tend to have that big shoulder-mounted gun. It's either a whole boatload of lasers, or like a really big laser, or a big-ass autocannon. No. Or Gauss rifle. I don't want to deal with that.
Got something you want done?
Not hitting much on them, obviously. Spiders are.
That didn't hit.
Wily creatures.
Waiting for orders.
We're going to have to keep the Icarus down low. I wanted to have it as part of the fire line, but like it's just too slow. It's just too slow to let climb that hill. All right, so you're a missile puncher. That's a bit of a new one. Hunchbacks
Damage
usually aren't
is
missile
light.
boats, but I suppose nothing is stopping
Orders.
them. Let's return the favor. Show them what a real 50-ton missile boat looks like.
Waiting for orders. Copy that.
Kintaro up. And some more LRMs for the hunch.
What's up, boss? Roger.
Problem is, he's
Full
not going to
speed.
need direct line of sight to the Locust. I'm just generating a boatload of evasion on the Locust. It's sort of
Good to
hoping
go.
for the best. Kind of the same for the Galleon, admittedly. He's gonna fire his medium. It's gonna fire its medium laser at whatever it can, with like some hope of hitting, and
Good to go.
that's about it, really. We're waiting for the Kintaro and the Icarus to get
Time
to
to die.
proper engagement range, basically.
Hey, stand still when I'm attacking you.
Here comes the next barrage. The Galleon this time.
Ready for orders.
And
Going
we can
full
get the
speed.
Kintaro into... I guess this would be technically like medium range combat. Definitely not close range combat, but we're getting there. There's a third enemy. Oh, it's just the spider. Never mind.
Aye, aye. Copy that.
Keep sending missile barrages. He's unsettled.
Ready
This
for
is good.
orders.
If you would like to kick, I would appreciate.
On it.
Kicky,
Locked
kicky.
on for physical attack.
Of course, this moves me close to the spider, who does outmass the Locust, but we got some back shots done in. Sure, he's going to get his chance to strike back, but then we should be able to squat it like a buck. The Icarus should be able to get in there. The Galleon should be able to shoot it. The Kintaro, maybe? And he doesn't even go after our locust. Cool. I like that. I appreciate that. I appreciate a man who
What's up,
is
boss?
dumb. Which is not true. Right.
All weapons are go.
Nothing. Man, that... I don't know what it is. Vehicles have, like, just...
No luck.
For me, anyways. Not for the enemy, but for me, seem to just have a
Waiting on
ridiculously
you,
low...
Commander.
Chance of hitting.
Coordinates received.
It's kind of frustrating. Like at all times, like even at like point blank range with
Hey,
medium range
stay in the
weaponry.
crosshairs.
Like times when it should be able to hit. Like there's a time when I don't know, maybe it's just like particularly sensitive to evasion, maybe. As interestingly enough, the
Systems holding.
Hunchback isn't firing its missiles anymore. It's
Yes, Commander.
leaking. Well, just because you don't fire your missiles doesn't mean we're obliged to do the same thing. Because I have news
Commander.
for you, my friend. You get in the missiles. You get in the missiles. Just the lasers, please. Save some. The Treb is, or the Kintaro, pardon me, is a little bit hot.
Yes, Commander. Acknowledged.
The locust moving. Keep picking at him.
Copy that.
Oh, structure in the leg. I like that. Could run in behind the Kintaro. That could be a problem. It's suicide, but that is the best way to get damage in. And like, I don't think that there's a way that this spider survives.
Orders.
Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like, you are going down. I don't think there's a way that you survive this this confrontation.
Taking the shot.
Finally get a decent chance to hit with the galleon.
What can I do for you?
Don't have line of sight. There we go. Now we can
On
get
my
the track.
way.
Still only 37% chance to hit though. Jesus. Still, get a little bit of damage in. Why is he not firing his missiles? It's a couple of turns he's not fired the missiles. Does he just not have any ammo left?
Systems holding.
He's not burning up or anything. Like I said, oh, I should weapon. Structure exposed.
What's up, boss?
Going for that sweet,
On
sweet
my
back
way.
shot. Oh, he is out of ammo. Okay. That's a terrible build. It's a terrible build.
Putting one in the
Heat sink destroyed.
back. Think I hit something good.
It's not like we destroyed his ammo or his
Standing by.
get the back shot. I cannot. I have to go up to the spider. It's not like we destroyed any of the ammo or the missile launchers themselves. He just doesn't have anything left. And we'll send that
Think I
spider.
hit something good?
I think he's just gonna get up though. So I do believe that the spider is gonna. Maybe the galleon, or he can bail. That also works.
Yes, Commander. Going full throttle.
Taking the coward's way out. Another heat sink.
That hit something good.
I hear ya.
Took enough. We do precision strike. Want that head? Want that headshot, baby?
Damn.
Wow, we missed on a 75% plus chance to hit with that autocannon shell.
Yes, Commander.
Give me a kick. We'll put all the missiles off for this one because the heat's a little much. Might get him. Panic level critical. Knockdown. Oof. Not really caring about salvage, unfortunately, because we don't have much of a choice on salvage. So, yeah, we're just going for kill. It's also not the Hunchback I'd want. Probably would want the laser Hunchy, truth be told. But failing that, I want the pop gun.
Successful.
The big AC-20 in the shoulder. I really don't want the... I mean, I think it showed why you don't want the missile, because in order to make the mech otherwise effective, there's just not enough room for, like, ammo. We also have a 50-ton support mech already, so... That's something I do. Hey, Core Engine 200. That's not bad. I'm not going to complain about that salvage. That puts us up a little more cash. A bit of an opportunity. Let's check the hiring hall, see if there's a good tank pilot around so that I can move myself into probably the Treb, I guess, for the time being. But we'll find out. Okay. Hiring hall.
Good to go.
No, our only option would be Hitman or Whetstone, both of whom
Waiting for orders.
are mech pilots. So no luck there. Spend some XP if we got it.
Commander.
Commander?
Yes. Yes, I want sensor lock. I desperately want sensor lock.
Commander?
Receiving you. Standing by.
Okay. Well, next mission. Payroll seizure is a recovery. I kind of want another battle. Assassination. Assassination does always come with some appeal. And I wouldn't mind some salvage choices, because usually there's a pretty nice mech there. So what is this thing's movement? 4 movement versus 4 movement. So the Panther's no faster. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That kind of ruins that whole discussion right there. That the 35-ton Panther is supposedly not any more mobile than the Icarus. Which is weird. Because the Icarus is slow. Slow beans. Could be the jump jet situation, maybe. I don't know. But they both have jump jets. So that shouldn't play a role. Maybe the Icarus has just way more jump jets. Maybe what I'm going to need to do is jump the Icarus all the time. Maybe that's the plan. I don't know. Go.
Command interface initiated.
Eventually, the plan is going to be moved to clan territory. Not sure what that is.
Well, this is a hellhole.
We do have a Primitive Toro and an unknown mech.
Ready for orders.
The back shots on the Toro.
Let's see how you like this.
Toros aren't super scary, and especially primitive Toros
Think
are
I hit
not super
something
scary.
good.
Toro went after the Icarus. I mean, that's probably a
Got
bad
something you want
idea
done?
because that means
Coordinates received.
that you have lost all your evasion, my friend, and now you're dead.
Target eliminated.
One salvageable part. I don't want it. That would be a waste.
I hear ya.
So what's it? I mean, it's got
I
reasonable jump capability, but it's not
soar.
amazing. So can't actually see that mech though. We see the heat. We can see the heat plume, but not the
Commander,
mech itself. There we go.
confirmed.
Taro can find it. What are you? Ah, the Twisted Fire Starter. Pilot is bleeding out. 2 activations remaining. Yeah, but I do still kind of want you just to be dead. Also, I mean, I'm not against starter salvage, I guess. But
Orders? Roger that.
I'm not terribly for it either.
Here it comes.
Surprised I didn't get through the rear armor. Usually a fire starter doesn't have a ton of rear armor. I mean, I know the Locust doesn't have exactly amazing firepower. You went after wrong mech there. If you wanted to overheat something, it should have been the Kintaro. And he's done. Okay.
Receiving you.
So how do I find this pirate? It's over there, supposedly. So we need to get up this way. Follow the galleon!
What can I do for you?
I mean,
Taking the high road.
I don't know why this thing is so slow. I'm really not getting it. The movement bar suggested
Yes,
like
Commander.
that this should be a thing that can do things. Might want to try jumping some stuff
Going
there.
full
if I
throttle.
can. So the Icarus and does the Trep have jump
Yeah.
jets? No. So it would really just be the Icarus
Let's move.
and the no, just the Icarus. That's the only one we have with jump jets.
Good to go. Hauling ass.
Would quote unquote be a possibly bad thing if that thing is a big nasty thing. So let's try and figure out what it is.
I've got a sensor lock.
Hunchback 4J. We got a hunchback thing going on here right now.
Standing by.
Move the camera. Up. Thank you. I was actually really getting
Acknowledged.
very disorienting. Alright, so the galleon is more or less up there. And
Waiting on you, Commander.
as said, I think we're going to try to hop the Icarus
Ready,
up there, because I
set.
don't think it's getting up there any other way. But it is 10 tons lighter than the Hunchback, so
Yep.
there is that.
Location confirmed.
Treb can start softening the
Firing on target.
Target gamed. Concentrate your fire. Bring it down.
Receiving you.
That's the one thing I don't really like about the starting lance that we have here. Not a lot of jump jet capability. I would have really liked to sub the Kintaro out
Yes,
for
Commander.
like a Shadowhawk or even a Griffin Wolverine. Would be cool. Just kind of like the Kintaro with the Treb is like not really
Ready for orders.
doing a lot. And I foolishly did not
Good to go.
use my sensor lock ability
Got
this
it.
time. I mean, I would have only... It's basically, I've lost the ability to, like, you know,
Good to go.
shower into LRMs. But that's fine.
Copy that.
But
Aye, aye.
not the biggest deal in the world, I guess.
Waiting for orders.
Decker, my man. My man's.
Full speed. No
You
target.
apply your sensors to the area of the Hunchback 4J. Yes, boss. Yes, I can. There it is.
Sensors locked on.
Should probably also check out what that guy actually has for
Waiting for orders.
weaponry. Also get the galleon to kind of stay up here and keep vision that way as well.
Waiting for orders.
My lord,
Uh-huh.
this mech is slow. And again, the problem is, it's a 40-ton mech. It's not that heavy.
Yes, Commander.
It really, really needs to be somewhat fast to have a purpose, so we're desperately looking for something air quotes faster or something with a way more capability. I don't know.
What's up,
Right
boss?
now it's kind of useless. I kind of want to try the Panther out. Because even though the Panther supposedly has the same mobility rating, I don't think it does. So we've destroyed a medium laser. It's the same kind of build that we saw in the last one. Throw some LRMs at him.
Standing by.
Decker, my man, can you... Still can't get a look at him over the ridge, eh? Well, that's what sensor lock is for.
Commander.
What can I do for you?
You can move.
Sprinting.
You can show me some get up and go, frankly. Alright, he's giving us his missiles. We know from the last time we ran into a Hunchback that was built for missiles
Orders.
that it probably doesn't have a lot of ammo. Retaliation, baby. 2 or 3.
Orders.
And our long-term goal is to get the Kintaro into combat with it. And it'll be the Kintaro and the Treb, basically, responsible for bringing this bastard down. Wow.
Receiving
And Decker's constant... Oh, attack your shots!
Got it.
I appreciate it. You know what? We're gonna do a precision strike.
Let's hit hard.
LRM twin. Now, the reason I do that is
Order
that delays it
critical
to initiative stage 5, which means everyone on our team
Orders.
gets to go.
Location
That
confirmed.
includes the Kintaro and the Treb. Might not be able to hit it with the Icarus, though.
I hear ya.
I cannot.
Time
Alright,
to
we're
fly.
going to slowly leapfrog down the hill.
Standing by.
Ah, crap. There's no actual way down here. Okay. Well, so much for the Kintaro helping out. He's going to be reduced to just long-range indirect shooting with the Treb. So, I was kind of hoping to kill him this turn, but he is going to get a shot at the relatively unevasive... Or he can go after the Icarus. Not what I would have done. I would have gone for the
Our
scout.
target is bugging out. Stop it before it gets away.
On it. Engaging target.
Not much there. Makes sense.
That's
I'm
a
shooting
miss.
around a mountain.
What's up, boss?
Apparently I can't hit him from here. Okay.
Engaging target.
Hit him in the arm. He's unsettled, probably because he can't really fight back all
Waiting
that
on you,
well.
Commander. Affirmative.
Jumping down, jumping down.
This should be good.
He's running away! Nothing really hit. Not really a problem.
Waiting for orders.
Problem is that the Kintaro can't get at him.
I'm on it.
And that's the only mech we have that I have, like, any confidence can, you know, one-on-one.
Ready for orders.
Kill the Hunchback. But
Roger.
this is a pure cliff line that we can't get down. So it will be up to Glitch and the Icarus to get things done.
What's up, boss?
Will be some help. But in this case, all I can do is do a sensor lock.
Good to go. Target locked. It's go time.
And then the Icarus will come around and hopefully shoot it
I
in the
hear
back. That's the plan. There we go. That precious green color.
Targeting enemy backside.
Just took out a heat sink, but I mean, it's
Another
something.
hit like that and you're toast.
I mean, I doubt another hit like that you're toast because you hit him in the arm.
What do you need?
Ammo, the Treb. That's something I'm gonna have to look at when I get time to do some rebuilds.
Target
Is getting some more ammo into the trebuchet. We get a salvageable part
Mission
on
successful.
the Hunchback. See what we can salvage out of this whole deal. Might not actually end up salvaging the Hunchback at all. I don't know. I just don't like that. I don't like that. I know you could turn it into anything you want. And a Hunchback is very, very cool. But there's maybe other things we need more right now. Firestarter, Hunchback. We'll grab the one piece of Hunchback salvage. I do want that. And you can never have too many medium lasers. You can never have too many medium lasers. They are very much the ubiquitous weapon of the setting. All right. One more mission, and that'll be it for today's opening episode of this series. Payroll seizure, seek and destroy, supply lines. Seek and destroy. Full pay. We don't even have 1 million C-bills to our name. Of course we go full pay. Oh, that's one thing I should check out, though. Can we do anything skill-wise?
Commander.
We can get you more tactics.
Waiting
Not
for
really a
orders.
Point.
Good to go.
Get more piloting for Glitch.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Ready for orders.
More gunnery for
Warrior
Medusa.
training complete.
Orders.
And more piloting, I guess. It's a base melee. There's no sprint multiplier engagement. And no indirect fire. So nothing really. Okay, we'll just save. We'll save the points then. Okay. Seek and destroy. Let's do this. Let's make this a thing.
Men warriors, prepare for combat.
So what are we going to run into here? Half skull mission. These have been fairly half skull missions. I mean, We've seen some maybe like more big game hunting than the game was probably admittedly supposed to have initially. Because I mean, we've seen the Hunchback and stuff and Half Skull missions, and that's a little bit extreme. But it's been like 2 mechs or 3 mechs. Like we haven't seen anything other than like the one Hunchback in each mission. We had a Hunchback and a Spider, and then a Hunchback and a Toro and a Firestarter. So like it's not been so bad yet. So I'm thinking we'll see a little bit more numbers this time, and maybe like a 45-ton mech and like some light mechs. That's my prediction. We'll find out. All right. And we've been dropped
Command
right
interface
in the middle of it.
initiated.
Okay, looks like maybe
Let's
this
get
will be
over with
a
so we can go swimming.
2-force option, because that doesn't look like that's part of a force that would be in that area.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, and we got a Locust. Oh, wait. No, I'm over here.
On it.
Let's see. What do we got? We got a Rotunda. And a Firestarter. Are we the baddies? We're fighting the Oregon Coalition. The Coalition. They're the good guys of the settings. Oh no, we're the baddies. Realistically, there is no good guy in the setting. There honestly isn't. There's good individuals in BattleTech.
I'm under heavy
There
fire.
are people who are good, but
Standing by.
there are not
Confirmed.
factions that are good. If we're completely honest. Doesn't matter if you're talking about Blakist, Comstar, the various clans, various Intersphere houses, the periphery people. There are those that we like more. There are those that we do not like. But, oh, structure exposed. Locust is taking damage. You
Internal structure damage.
mean I'm going to have to bring the Hornet on a mission?
Waiting on you, Commander.
I don't even really want to think about that. Yeah, we'll send one over that way. Whoa, that was terrible. We have a lot of ammo for that AC-10. At least there's
Good to go.
there's that.
Affirmative.
Just the
I
lasers.
copy.
Waiting for orders.
What do we got? Better chance to get fire starter. Ah, anti-missile system. Well, thank you for coming up here. I can crush you now.
Ready for orders.
It's just an arm that got injured on the Locust. He'll be fine. Should be a minor repair. The Rotunda's just a rocket launcher, so it's not actually really in the fight anymore.
Firing on target.
Go after the Striker.
Yes, Commander.
I always forget that the Rotunda
Moving to
has
position.
literally just one shot of firepower in it. And after that, it's just eyeballs. And they know we're here. We know that they're there. It's not really much of a problem. Two fire starters. Two fire starters, 2 combat vehicles. And we have a Locust that will need some repairs.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Waiting
Glitch,
for
would you
orders.
kindly kill this thing? Kick it.
You betcha.
Save the autocannon ammo.
This is gonna be good.
Even though we'd probably crack it, but it's like 25% chance to hit, so. We're going
Waiting for
after the
orders.
pack rat.
Confirmed.
Might just kill the rotunda here. Maybe. Yeah. It's the only thing we're gonna have good chances to hit.
Got it.
Break up close range stuff. The rotunda literally looks like a DeLorean. That's pretty cool.
Enemy vehicle.
Hadn't actually really looked at it close. I'm gonna have to look at the Sarna wiki on that. If that's actually a true representation. Striker it is. We'll have to deal with that AMS system though. And that pack rat is super quick. Doesn't have a lot of firepower, but it is super quick.
Barely hit, Commander.
Good to go. No
Getting you
shooting.
into cover
Just
is
running.
probably a good idea. The weapons are in the arm, so if the arm gets blown off, it will lose out that way. And I want to know what you are in the back.
Sensors locked on.
Urban Mech. And they'll move around to try and get the Locust.
Commander. Location confirmed. Affirmative.
We'll let the Galleon deal with the pack rat, hopefully. The Urban Mech has arrived! Why are you shooting at my trebuchet? What did my trebuchet do to you? Didn't even shoot you.
What can I do for you? On my way.
Kill the pack rat. That would probably be the best thing we can do right now.
Hey, buddy, behind you.
Or miss horribly. I know it was low chances to hit, but
Stand still when I'm
that was an
attacking you.
epically bad shot.
Yes, Commander. Copy that.
Not great chances to hit. Okay chances to hit. Alright. It's you. Take the SRMs that are below 40% chance to hit off.
Commander. Coordinates received.
And same basic question here. What do I have the best chance to hit? The answer is you.
Roger.
Didn't really move this time, so that's good.
Receiving you.
Instead,
Heading
get a
out.
rear shot. That's.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
I was really thinking that that would be more than a 16% chance to hit. I was really thinking that. And it let me down. It let me down in a big, big way.
Damage minimal.
Ready for orders. Locking in coordinates.
Might get away from the flames, hopefully.
Sweet.
Got a decent hit there.
I hear ya.
Do I have a decent chance to hit anything? Kind of.
Uh-huh.
The other thing I was thinking about was, you know, going after the pack rat, but that'll do, I guess. Still cool, still
Not
solid.
much armor left in that location.
Yeah, not a ton. Really close to killing anything is the one concern that I do have. Taro
Damage
is
heat damage. Damn it.
overheating quite a bit.
Good to go.
Well, let's take out the striker.
That's one.
There we
less
go.
vehicle.
I was like, please tell me that the thing is going to die.
Standing by.
And we're just gonna
Roger.
flush heat
Venting
off
heat
of you.
Stabilizing.
What's the pack rat gonna do? I would have gone for the back of Gintaro myself. Galleon is exposed structure.
Standing by. Copy that.
Admittedly, he's not moving the locust. That's gonna tempt them. It's gonna tempt them to shoot at the locust. Nope. Going after Gintaro with the one that actually has a shot on the locust. Interesting.
Aye, aye. Position confirmed.
Got back shots on the pack rat.
Firing at enemy 6.
But it's still alive.
Good to go. Got it.
Okay, well, we could go after the pack rat. We could go after you. We could go after you. I think, honestly, getting rid of the pack
There we
rat and
go.
getting it out... never mind.
Systems recycling
With,
for another shot.
with glitches shooting, maybe it really doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't really matter who we go after.
Ready for orders.
Alright, give it everything we got. Big kick. I see orange numbers. I like that. New structure. Actuator destroyed.
Solid connection on that one.
And an unsettled mech.
Standing by.
We get back shots. I like that. Just use the lasers. Like that. Right leg destroyed.
Solid.
Timber. Okay, we got some things dying now. Or insignificant damage. Killed the striker. We're still dealing with that, which is a bit of a problem.
Hey, I'm getting my ass kicked here.
You are kind of
Commander.
getting your ass kicked, I'm not gonna lie.
Locked on.
I think the answer is we go for the fire starter. Because it's the only thing that really should have a shot on it. Like, you know, we shouldn't really see this fire starter or the urban mech back on the hill do anything when it comes
Yes,
to
Commander.
Razor. Surprised I have a...
Copy that.
I have a more difficult time hitting that. Okay, cool. 3 salvageable parts. Not that we want them. Urban Mech does jack and
can I do for ya?
SWAT.
Got it.
All right, let's move the Icarus up and
Tell me what to shoot.
kill the pack rat. Thank you. Finally.
Bye-bye. What's up, boss?
And now we want the fire starter. Yeah. No SRMs. Except for the one that, for some reason, has a better chance to hit. I imagine it has a slight, it's just a slightly better quality one, I imagine.
Aye, aye.
SRMs.
Orders? Roger.
Get myself some pips. Evasion pips, baby.
Acknowledge.
A little bit of damage. Not much. Alright, your move. Going after the Kintaro. Interesting choice. Heaviestly armored thing on the team. Least likely to really achieve anything
Waiting for
against.
orders.
You're just going to chill, because you are quite damaged.
I hear ya. Don't need to tell me twice.
I mean, I disagree. I feel like I have to tell you everything, Glitch. Apparently one of those things I really need to start talking about is how to shoot. Not really a great chance to hit either of them, is it?
Locking on.
I'll use this opportunity to sucker out the AMS fire
That's
from
a
the
miss.
fire starter. And then,
Ready
because
for
it seems like the AMS doesn't fire 2 turns in a row, which I'm not sure if that's the rule, but if it's not going to fire 2 times in a row, who am I?
Give them everything.
Tell it to do so. Oh no, it did. Okay. Seems like it can be overloaded though, or something.
Commander? Copy
Going
that.
for the backside, baby. We're gonna sink our teeth into your sweet, sweet flesh.
Let's go, let's go.
There we go. I like the structure damage. Admittedly, that was a waste of a cold shot. Oh no, you killed my small laser! You dick!
Waiting on you, Commander. Double time! Time to die!
There we go, we hit something this time.
Orders.
So we're in for some significant repair damage after this.
Engaging.
But otherwise, nobody's hurt
Yeah.
so far.
On my way.
And that would be the bigger problem, actually. We have an extra 2 mechs. We need them. I'm not gonna waste ammo on this low of chances to hit.
Engage.
We'll fire the lasers because they're infinite. So
Receiving you. Holding here. Receiving you.
zip around and throw a sensor lock on the fire starter.
Got a lock.
That's about all we can do. Going after the Kintaro, but the Kintaro's not hot right now, my
Losing
friend.
lots of armor.
So you're not achieving much.
Ready for orders. Roger. Venting heat and stabilizing.
Really? You're not going to fire the big cannon? You're just going to fire the pop gun? That's actually legitimately a letdown.
Waiting for orders.
The whole fun of the Urbies is the ridiculously big
Affirmative.
gun on the arm.
Firing everything I've got.
The Urbie because we have better chances to hit.
Orders.
47s, so same on the lasers. Kind of same every way. Okay, so the fire starter. I am far more worried about him than I am the Urban Mech. Especially the Urban
Think I
Mech
hit
is not going to fire its big cannon,
Yes, Commander.
which so far it hasn't done.
Confirmed.
Here we go. Taking it apart piece
I hit
by
something.
piece.
Ready for orders.
Decker, you're just gonna sensor lock again. See if they go for Decker. Nope. Taro again. Got the heat
I'm
going.
taking heat damage.
Orders. Roger
We
that.
can bring Razor back into the fight because
Locking on target.
the Urban Mech does not have any way of threatening him. Because he's just popping off with a small laser. Oh, you're giving up the high ground.
Good to go.
Glitch, take the high ground. Channel your inner Obi-Wan Kenobi. 2 ammo left. Better chances to hit
Take
here.
this.
Left torso, ECM destroyed.
Want some
He had
more?
ECM that
Huh?
whole time. Okay. That should
Stand
actually
by.
legitimately give us like a lot
Orders.
better chances to hit.
Firing on target.
There we go.
Scored a critical.
Easy laser and flamer gone. He's done.
Good to go. Let's
Go
move.
for the back shot.
Locked on. Rear armor.
This is from my small laser, you dick. Take
Scored a critical
yours.
hit. Standing by. Engaging. No luck.
Waiting for orders.
All right, Glitch. Finish him off.
All weapons are go.
Left leg destroyed. Falling
Another
down.
All out of AC-10 ordnance.
Will that do it? Nope, still alive. Still alive.
Good to go.
What do you need?
Dusa, could you do the honors, please? Man, that trash can is still alive.
How'd that do?
Pilot's out. That Urbie fought
Mission
hard.
successful.
Yeah. Got the job done. We'll have some repairs to do. Nothing really to do with the Locust in terms of like actual reconfiguration. It's pretty much perfect the way it is. Unless we have like an advanced sensor suite or something around. I don't foresee anything really being needed to be changed. But, pick up AC-20 ammo from the battlefield. Not useful right now, but long term maybe. I don't know. I don't really use AC-20s ever. Like by the time it's useful, like anything below an assault, is it really going to use an AC-20? Really? AC-10 probably is tops what we're going to be using for a long time. I didn't know that. Control A, you can toggle through aura modes. Okay. That's cool. Alright, to the mech bay. Refit the Locust. replacing a small laser. I think otherwise, not really much going on. Some repairs to a leg. Support weapons. Small laser. Yeah, I mean, we can check out if I've got anything that would be cool on it, but like, probably not. Yeah, nothing really. Nothing really. So, 3 days on the repair, and Decker will
I'll let you know when that's done.
drive the Hornet for a bit.
Commander.
Gunnery.
Mech
100%
warrior
gunnery
training
improvements,
Orders?
please. Yes, more gunnery. Additional gunnery
Orders.
is so required
Aye,
right
aye.
now. We're so bad. So very bad at the gunnery right now. And then customize company real quick. Is it Mason's Marauders? I'm pretty sure it's Markham's Marauders. I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look at Sarna. Yeah, it's Markham's Marauders. 100% Markham's Marauders. So we gonna fix that. Save. Don't know if that's actually supposed to be their colors or anything, but we'll work with it. We'll do it. I'm assuming it is because it's default. And oh, the other thing, does the Rotunda I don't notice. I forget how to spell it now. I can't find it. I was gonna say, does it actually look like? Oh no, it's was it the pack rat? Pack rat. No, the pack rat does not look like a one. That is for sure. I think it was the Rotundo. I don't know. It doesn't look like Sarna has an article on it. Or I'm like spelling it wrong. Anyways, thank you for joining me for the first episode. There will be more in the future.